Booyah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. Well, it's another week, which means another scandal. Big surprise with Justin Trudeau. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about these scandals. It's either We Charity, Arrive Scam, Aga Khan, uh, you name it. I know there's more, and people go, "Oh, you stopped, so there must not be any more." Yes, there's tons more. The vacation houses, the cost of traveling for Justin Trudeau. The list goes on with his scandals. Jody Wilson-Raybould, you could keep going and going and going. Speaking fees for his family. I mean, I'm getting sick and tired of every single week there's a new scandal coming out, and this man skates yet again. A new scandal has erupted, and we all know we all know that this program existed. We all know that essentially anything Justin Trudeau sets up these days is a scam. But this falls in line again with what I've been saying, that essentially Justin Trudeau will not call an election with Jagmeet Singh because essentially they're just trying to destroy the country and line their pockets as much as humanly possible before they leave office. And well, now we have more proof of that. You guys think $1 billion slush fund was a big deal before? Well, buckle up. Get ready to suffer a little bit more, Canada. We see here Dan Mazier tweeting out, jaw-dropping, Justin Trudeau was caught giving away $8 billion through another slush fund. The Liberals said this money would lower emissions. Canada's Environment Commissioner revealed most of the money was handed out without a promise to reduce emissions. Again, similar to Arrive Scam, they're just giving money to their friends. There's no strings attached to these contracts. I'm going to go over this video, and then we're going to go over where we were duped. We're going to go over the technicalities of it so that everybody understands what it was intentionally set up for before versus what we're getting. But let's take a look at what has to be said.
You won't believe this. We may have uncovered the most expensive scandal of Justin Trudeau's government to date. No, it's not We Charity or Arrive Scam. This is even more expensive than both of those combined. And it's probably something you've never heard of. The Liberals call it their net zero accelerator, and it's costing you $8 billion. Yes, $8 billion. 4 years ago, Justin Trudeau quietly announced his net zero accelerator program, promising it would reduce greenhouse gas emissions. His plan was to give away billions of dollars to large companies in exchange for specific reduction in emissions. But last week, Canada's Environment Commissioner revealed that Trudeau's net zero accelerator is nothing more than another Liberal slush fund. Is the government tracking the value for money for this program? Yes or no?
Not in a public way. We've made our own calculations of the value for money that we could based on the data they have, but we have seen no public reporting on the value for money, no.
We learned the Liberals are giving away billions of your dollars to reduce emissions without knowing how many emissions will be reduced. In fact, the Commissioner uncovered the Liberals approved most of their spending without any commitment to reduce emissions. Check this out. Did the government approve any funding through their $8 billion fund before knowing exactly how many emissions were supposed to be reduced?
Yes.
Really? For $8 billion?
So the majority of the contribution agreements do not have a commitment for reductions. 5 of them do.
And it gets worse. Not only are the Liberals handing out money without knowing the results, but we also learned they've been hiding the truth about their emissions data. Do you believe that this government is fully transparent with their emissions reporting data?
No, not fully transparent.
In fact, the Environment Commissioner revealed the Liberals could be double counting the emissions they claim to be reduced. Yes, double counting. Is this fraudulent? I'll let you be the judge. You're probably asking who this money was given to, right? And that's a hell of a good question. But no one knows the details because the Liberals refused to release the funding agreements. That's why Conservatives moved a motion to obtain these documents. We wanted to get to the bottom of this. What are they really hiding? Conservatives won't stop until the truth is revealed. Stay tuned.
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Again, I get so sick and tired of hearing this. I get sick and tired of having to report this, but I wouldn't be doing my job as a political commentator if I didn't bring you this information. No matter how bad it is, we have to know what's going on in our country. And we all know nothing's going to happen, right? If you guys remember when I had Garnet Jenis on the channel and we talked about the Arrive scam committees, and I said, why do we hold these committees? Why do we bother doing these things if no one's going to get arrested, if nobody's going to face justice, if nobody is going to pay the piper, so to speak? And Garnet Jenis says, well, because it's our job to get to the bottom of it, to reveal what's going on. Why? So we have a better idea when we're voting who the real crooks are? I mean, they're politicians. They're all crooks, ladies and gentlemen. They're all in it for their own personal gains. Each politician, when they win an election, their party has an agenda. They all have an agenda. It's just some of those agendas tend to work for more citizens while others do not, especially if you're with Justin Trudeau and the Liberals. Now, as all of that goes on, the Net Zero Accelerator Initiative, this is on the Government of Canada website. So I wanted to get the words straight from the horse's mouth as to exactly what the initiative was and how it turned into this $8 billion slush fund. The NZA initiative invites forward-looking Canadian companies to contribute to Canada's global leadership efforts by meeting its ambitious targets, of reducing GHG emissions by 40 to 45% by 2030. Again, premiers like Danielle Smith have said that's just not possible, but achieve net zero by 2050. The NZA supports the Government of Canada's Strength and Climate Plan, a healthy environment and a healthy economy to deliver a stronger economy that thrives in a low-carbon world to the benefit of all Canadians. With up to $8 billion in funding to support large-scale investments, or as we call money laundering, in key industrial sectors across the country, the NZA ensures that Canada, quote, remains competitive in a net zero economy and reduces greenhouse gas emissions. I'd like to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions that they emit, that the Liberal Party emits. Just breathing oxygen. Now, that's not to say I want to unalive people, but I would just like to reduce their emissions. YouTube, before you get mad at me. The NZA has been in the right demand since the launch of 2020. Of course, it's been in high demand. Of course, it's in high demand. You're just giving money away. The Strategic Innovation Fund is prioritizing projects that can deliver near-term emissions reductions to help meet the 2030 target. Investment pillars. The following NZA installment pillars have been chosen to maximize the impact of program investments, focusing on near-term emissions reductions, investment principles for decarbonization of large emitters, meaning support Canada's 2030 emissions target, prioritize developed technologies that can be used by 2030. Again, we've heard Pierre Poilievre talk many times in the House of Commons saying, why won't the Trudeau government commit to technology over tax? Because they haven't done anything. Prioritize projects that will have additional or quicker benefits that would have been achieved without this investment. Provide meaningful reductions in domestic greenhouse emission gases with strong preference given to those with quantifiable and direct greenhouse gas reductions. Our investment decisions under each pillar are guided by these core principles. Build a balanced portfolio. They can't do that. Maximize leverage. Well, the only leverage they get is over other people. Work with provinces and territories, which we all know they don't because even Alberta can't get anything off the ground. Justin Trudeau, again, visits Alberta regularly to hand out money to snub the premier and essentially topple any kind of progress that we make. Interested in applying? The NZA is part of a Strategic Innovation Fund, which accepts applications on an ongoing, non-competitive basis. If you're thinking about applying, contact us for an initial conversation. And that's one thing I wanted to highlight here, folks. Each and every one of us should be contacting these guys saying that we want to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and we need funding to get Justin Trudeau out of the country. We need to get him off his private jet to stop pumping carbon into the atmosphere because he's the king of polluters. And all it's going to take is for each of us to get about $1 million and no, let's say 100,000. Let's be modest. Let's say each of us gets $100,000 in, I guess, hush money, and we'll take care of old Skippy and reduce those greenhouse gas emissions from him flying all over the world. At least I think that's a solution, or at least start of the solution. If Justin Trudeau is really concerned about the environment, be the change, man. Let's get the ball rolling. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Again, I try to end it on a funny note because, guys, this is just getting out of control. It's every single week there's a new scandal, and the Teflon King's always skating. We all know nothing's going to happen from this. We know that charges aren't going to come forward for this. Justin Trudeau essentially has free will over our money until he leaves office next year. The question I have for the viewers is, how much worse is it going to get before he leaves office? My advice is buckle up. I think it's about to get horrible. Again, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure as you're clicking that button, you turn on your bell for notifications. Join us live here on the channel every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central for Friday Night Fringe, except for this Friday coming up on the long weekend because I will be out of town for a speaking engagement / high school reunion. So I will not be able to do a live stream, but we will follow up the following Friday after the long weekend and every Friday after that. Again, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. We go over everything that's happened in the past week, everything in the week coming up ahead that we know of, and some back and forth with the community. I always look forward to hearing what you guys have to say outside of these videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.